I started these seeds. These is candy onions, and I started these last year. And that's the way I do about every year. I'll start me some of them seeds and get me some little sets. And the next spring, they're ready to set out. Pretty simple to do. Now you could plant the seeds. I just plant them in them little old flats, and I leave them in them little flats. I don't take them out or nothing. I just leave them in the little flats. I sit and try to plant stuff like this and show people. Most of the time I'm just showing myself doing it. I would much rather get a little closer here and see if I can't film the plants actually getting planted. You know, by doing this like this with this, I don't know what you call this thing. It don't disturb the ground or the earth near as much, and that's really the objective here that you're trying to achieve, is not alterating the soil and stuff. Of course, this is mulch. I usually just took a hoe and laid off a row a little bit, but I've been thinking that probably disturbs more than it needs to be. We'll just keep right on doing this. I don't know. It ain't that complicated at all to plant stuff in the garden. Pretty simple, if you ask me. It don't have to be stomped and tamped in there. It can just be laid right in there, gentle. Just like I said, these is candy onions. I started from seed. And I'll start me some more this year. But the only thing about it is when I start these from seed, is once you start them from seed, and then let them dry out, what happens is you've made that onion a 2-year onion. And then we all know what happens with a 2-year onion. What happens is it wants to go to seed that second year. So it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. This is just how I'm doing it this year. I won't do all my onions this way, I don't guess, but probably would be better if I did. I like to grow these candy onions because they get big. And they grow fairly quick. And what I do is just, I chop them up. Chop them up and freeze them, my friend. Need to get in the habit of leaving that dibber, or whatever you call it, in the ground. That way I'll know where the next one goes. I've got two of them. I should have both out here using them. Woo! I don't know. I do like planting stuff like this. You know, if this has been a regular garden today, I'm talking about a garden that's in soil, we wouldn't be probably wouldn't be planting these right now. Try to sit down here and rest just a minute. Whew. I don't know if maybe I can back up just a little. That'd probably be a little better. And I can get here and maybe plant one right here, and right here. I enjoy it. If I didn't, I probably wouldn't do it. But you know, you plant stuff that you utilize, that you use. And I like onions and peppers and garlic, beets. Root crops is hard to beat. But I like it all. Tomatoes, cucumbers. I'm gonna plant some all of it. I'm gonna have to work that old plastic I put down. I mean, it works real good, the plastic does. And, but it's when you got that plastic down, then you've got the edges to contend with. And if you've ever used plastic, if you know anything about plastic, when you are trying to keep the edges weed free, then you're tearing the plastic and ripping the plastic. So it's a pain. Well, you got two points of anything that meets. You know, you got to kind of border it, edge it, mulch it. You can mulch up on it, and it's blowed loose where it blowed hard the other day. The storm wind blowed. It's blowed back. I don't like it. I mean, it works as a plastic mulch. I'm not too fond of putting plastic down and growing your food in plastic. There's enough microplastics and stuff you buy at the store, much less growing it in your garden. But it's enjoyable. I like doing it. We'll grow stuff. I noticed through here a while ago, right here. You can't see it. Maybe I can get over here and try to show you, but there's a carrot. There's a carrot. There's little carrots in here. There's another one. There's a few carrots that I planted last November, October or November. And them little babies didn't get an inch tall. And you know, there's some of them still alive. Now they'll take off. I'll get over here in a minute when I start back, and I'll see if I can't get down here and show you these little carrot plants. But I think right in here, back, had a little short row. They come up good. But this, like I said, this stuff wasn't really ready to plant. And they say to take it down, down to the dirt the first year. I put it in this moist stuff. It's not far down to the dirt. It's probably in the deepest areas where I'm at through here of the whole place right now. Those roots they'll work around. They'll get down there to the dirt. You don't have to worry too much about it. Now, if it's 6 or 8 inches deep or a foot deep, which some of this is 6 or 8 through here, then you got to dig a furrow trench to get down where them roots can actually get down into the soil. After, the first year or so, you don't have to worry about it too much. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going on about that. Whew. Let me get over here and see if I can't show you these little carrots. I think I can zoom in on 1 or 2 of them. Right there, carrots. And then there's more out through there, but that's a little carrot plant. Let's plant a few more here, and then we'll may have to go back to the hole because I put them a little closer. Gonna have more row than we got onions. Yes, sir, we are. These might make it. They might come on and do something. You never know. That's why I like this little divot thing. You can kind of feel what's under it. A lot of times you'll plant something be on a big piece of wood or something. For a while, anyway. Okay. Onion, onion, onions. Who likes onions? I like onions. If you ask my little grandson Luke who likes bologna, he say, I like bologna. And boys is a dandy. Whew. I just don't particularly like. I like doing this like this. Take your time better like this. You can. Don't have to rush yourself, you know. Whatever you do, you want to make sure that the root part of these little sets is down. It's easy when you get a green onion sprout on it. The roots, they go down naturally. Let me go make sure that I'm still in the picture. Said I'll just tell you it's fun. If you enjoy it, it's fun. It don't take long to get out and do stuff like this. Everybody says, oh, I ain't got time to do it. If you've got time, sit down and fix you a cup of coffee. It don't take much difference in time, the length of time, than it does to do something like this. There's one thing about it. I've never done this like this before, made a video like this, but I'm making one now. So you should be able to get a view of how I'm planting these. I mean, I just want to show you that it's not much to it. You can buy these little old dibbers or whatever you want to call them for, they ain't much at all. And they do help, whether you're planting bulbs, flower bulbs, vegetable bulbs, whatever. Just plant it, that's all I'm saying. Just get out and plant you some stuff. You know, there's probably people that would rather take a beating than do this. They probably just don't enjoy it. You know. Whew. Lordy, 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 I gotta rest a minute. I don't know how many little bulbs it was, didn't even count them. But you know, just like I said, and these little bulbs is have about average size, probably that you'd buy. And I just sowed seed in one of them little trays, 3 or 4 of the little trays actually. And they come up, and I'll just water them, and when they get up there and you can see they're bulbing up, I just leave them there. And then what I do, I don't do nothing special. When they grow all summer in there, you know, I'm watering the greenhouse and plants and stuff in there anyway. And as it starts winding down in the fall, when you're getting ready to shut the greenhouse down and let everything run its course, I just leave the onions sitting there and walk off. And they get no more water, and they dry out naturally, slowly. They dry out. The dirt will dry out, everything seasons off, hardens off, and then you go out there and before real bad cold weather hits, and your onions will be bone dry, and all the tops will be dried off and crisp. And then I just lift them out and shake the excess dirt off of them and clean them and put them in a little bowl or a little sack. And then they've kept now, and of course they're starting sprouting now, but they've kept all winter just like that, ready to go in the spring. I think it's a pretty sensible thing to do, to tell you the truth. I think it's sensible. I think it's logical too. It could be sensible and logical. When you do this, after you lose your place a time or two, you'll figure out how to mark your space and the lasting that you set. Like move your bowl up there, and you won't have to get ready to get up and move your kneeling stool, and then you can just move your bowl just like that, and you're ready to roll, baby. It goes from right here, that's got a row of candy onions, all the way out there to that little chair. Now let me turn this back on and get up at the sky, and you see if you see any, what do you call it, jet streams up there. I don't see nothing. It's clear skies. Clear skies, blue skies. No jets. And there's the sun shining up there pretty bright. Hey, Lord. Okay, that's it. We'll call that done for right now. We'll be back to put some carrots out in a day or two.